Well, I'll say it took at least 8 years of trying. Went through a couple procedures to see if there was something wrong with me, and we just kept trying for at least 8 years. And when I found out that I was expecting, I was very happy.
My life as a child. I had an okay childhood. I can't say that every day was torture, you know, because no, it wasn't. You know, me and my brother, we did things that normal kids did. It's just, you know, inside the home on occasions, things were just rocky, you know. And I guess back in the day when I was younger, I want to say it probably happened, my brother probably was like 3 or 4. So I had to be under the age of 10 where I really noticed things where, you know, 2 incidents I can remember, and I talk about it in the book, you know, like my dad coming home heavily intoxicated, my mom waking us up and us not knowing what's really going on, you know, she just waking us up out of our sleep and we gotta be quiet, you know, so we don't wake my dad out, you know, he came home drunk, he passed out. You know, so it was like we just had to get it together and do whatever my mother said. So, you know, it was times, I'm sure it probably was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when we would just get up in our pajamas, you know, and she had a friend who lived like 2 blocks over, and we just caught a cab over her friend's house. And I just remember staying the night over there, waking up, eating breakfast. Like everything is like in and out, you know. I can't remember everything, but some things I do remember. And I remember going home and it was broken dishes everywhere, and my dad still passed out, you know.
Well, I just knew that I had to leave with the kids. I can't really remember what the situation was that made me leave right at this time. I don't, but it had to be bad for me to.
And then as I got older, so. Say maybe when I became a teenager, or maybe 12, 13, you know, I can't remember the exact age. The same thing. My dad being out, he would come home, we would have to hide. At this time, we had an up and down stairs. And like I had a closet, and in my closet, it was a closet inside of a closet. So I used to call it like my little clubhouse. And so, you know, me, my brother, my mother, we would just literally have to hide in a closet until the noise stopped, until we didn't hear any cursing, didn't hear any slamming of dishes or cabinets. And, you know, it was just things like that I remember. In and out. I stayed on punishment. If you ask any of my friends, they will tell you that I stayed on punishment. It was not a day that I can recall where I went a whole year not on punishment. Like, and it would be stupid things, you know, like my mouth, oh, I don't want to get off the phone. My dad told me to get off the phone at a certain time, so I'm still on the phone. Okay, you on punishment for 2 weeks. So what, are you serious?
I believe she was good, a little mouthy, a lot mouthy, but overall she wasn't. I wouldn't say she was a bad child.
So I would just be in my room by myself, me and the TV and the video camera. Just, you know, like that was the way I dealt with being on punishment. And then as I got older, I guess I started getting into my own little emotions, and I just started writing. You know, it was nothing else to do. I just started writing, and my life, it would be so bad. I remember one time I was on punishment, and this guy I was dealing with, his brother had got murdered, and I was real close with the family. I think I was 13. I had to be 13, or matter of fact, I was 14, because this is the same guy I lost my virginity to. So his brother had passed away, and They had a wake at night. I know I couldn't make the funeral because I had school, I think, but they had the wake, and I begged my mother, like, "Mom, please, like, please, can I go?" And she just was like, "Your dad is not gonna let you." I think at that time I just was like, I hate him, you know. And then I just felt like, "Mom, why you just can't let me go?" You know, but not understanding that she don't want to deal with the craziness of taking me or allowing me to go and then have to deal with him afterwards. So I remember crying, like really crying, because I couldn't go, and I just was like, I hate my father. And that's when the hate really it really became real. I started writing in my diary, and it's so many dates that just say, I hate him, I wish he would die. And I really think back then I meant it. Like, if he was to have passed away back then, I probably wouldn't have even wanted to be around at the funeral. And that's how bad my hate was for my dad.
Child? Well, I would try to calm her down or say things to try to make it better, so there wouldn't be a lot of disruption in the house. But with her being stubborn like she was, it was just, you know, that's just how she felt. So it was no way of changing her mind. That's how she really felt. But me being I should say the scared one, I was the one that was trying to make things better. So I figured if her attitude was better, things would be better all the way around. But it just didn't work.
You know, now as an adult, it's not like that at all. I love my dad, but you know, when I was a teenager, it was just like, why is he so freaking mean? Why can't I do anything? Like, I felt I was a good child. You know, I never gave problems. I went to school. I was I think I was on a merit roll or honor roll. I was a merit honor roll student, and I just was like, he's just evil to me because I'm a girl, I guess. At
certain times I did when there was an argument, or like the case with the radio being thrown down the stairs. Yeah, in that situation, I knew she had great dislike for her father.
Funny that you asked that question. I always consider myself as a good girl. Even when I was a bad girl, I thought of myself as a good girl. What makes a good girl? What makes a bad girl? I think that the good girl in me comes from my mom's side of the family, because my mom's side of the family is religious. Like, my grandfather was a pastor. My grandmother, you know, I don't know if she was a missionary. I don't want to give her that title, but like, they were heavy into the church. So that's the good girl side, is my mom's side. And then the bad girl side is my dad's side. Like, stealers, robbers, killers, robbers, murderers. Like, you know, I have family on my dad's side in jail for murder. So yeah, that it's just a mixture of good and bad in my blood. And I try not to let the bad side out, because unfortunately when that side comes out, I really lose myself. Like, I don't know how to come down once it comes out. I literally don't care. So I've always been a good girl, even when I was bad. And you know, good girls never tell anyway. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I've done some bad things. But do that make me a bad girl? You be the one to decide.
I don't see anything in her that says her father. Maybe it's temper. Maybe I can say she has. Maybe. No, I can't really say temper, because I never really seen a bad temper. I've seen stubbornness But I can't really say I see her in a real temper. Mad, yeah. Yeah, I've seen her mad. But, and stubborn. But to the point of really harming someone that I haven't seen. I don't see that.
What did I want to be when I was growing up? I never really thought about being anything besides a dancer or a singer. And the funny part about it is I cannot sing. I mean, I can hold a note. Don't get me wrong. But I'm no Beyonce, Whitney Houston. I can't sing. But I swear, when I was younger, I just wish I could be able to sing. So my brother had this karaoke set. And I used to get on that thing and, oh, it was over. I was in performance. When I was on punishment, that's all I used to do, get on that thing and sing and act like I was in a concert. I used to want to dance with MC Hammer. I used to want to be in Mary J. Blige videos. I mean, you name it. I used to study videos. I used to just tape everything on my VHS, and I used to study the videos. And Salt and Pepper Shoot, I knew that joint. I knew that from beginning to end. Man, boop, 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 all that. Yeah, that was me. I thought I was going to be on somebody video dancing, but as you see, that didn't work out. Never thought I would be an author. I enjoy writing poetry, and I enjoy, writing in my diary and things like that, but I never thought I would pursue it, seriously and try to make a career out of it. So that's what I'm doing now. I write and put things together, and my first book came out July 2010. It's an autobiography, and hey, my life's journey. I've made my book into a business, meaning it's not just a book, it is a business.
Yeah, that world is shocked. Author never entered my mind. I knew she, liked to write and did poems, and she liked to dabble, but I never thought of her being an author.